So, welcome back, Rockin' Beauties. I'm the Rockin' Grandma. And of course, we had to go somewhere on Devil's Night, get into a little bit of trouble. So where did I go? Where did we go? Well, we went to what's known as the Stamp Cemetery, aka the Witches Cemetery. Now, you know me. I have to dig in and dig in and dig in and find exactly what the truth is behind everything. And luckily, I knew somebody who was related to the stamps. So I got to get the skinny on, was it a witch's cemetery? Was it not a witch's cemetery? What was the deal? So, anyway, in this cemetery, you will see that there are, and they call them comb graves, or I'm trying to think what else they call them. Triangular Celtic stone graves. But they basically, what it is a tradition that was brought over from the Scottish people, where they used to build cairns and put rocks on top of people, build it up where nothing could get at you. So those are the type of graves we were talking about. So, and on these graves, why it freaks people out so much is there are stars on these graves. Some of the stars point up, some of them go down. Now, most of the members in this cemetery, and I'm not saying they're good, bad, what indifferent, were members of a Free Will Baptist church or a Baptist church. Now, it's not on me. It's not on me. Okay? So, anyway, according to folklore, the original Mr. Stamps could not sign his name. He was illiterate. So he didn't want to be like everybody else. So he decided he would sign his name with a star. So he did that. The other part of the folklore is that he was a Mason and they were Masons, like stone Masons. So that could be it, that they just continued signing with the star. Easy peasy. So, locals, wherever you go, like to pull people's legs, They want to take them out somewhere, tell people it's haunted, and of course somebody hides in the woods and then jumps out and scares you, So that was done a lot in the 80s, especially by people who went to Tennessee Tech. They would take them out in the middle of nowhere in this, ooky spooky graveyard, and, because it was kind of strange to people not from here, and they'd be, at them and just scare. So what turned into that, turned into that this was a haunted witches cemetery, and if you touched one of the stars on a full moon, a demon would come out and grab you. Okay, well, I'm still here. And it's Devil's Night, I don't got no pet demon. And I'm a rocker, guys. No pet demon for me. What can I say? No pet demon for anybody else. Anyway, people have been investigating this site and so forth. And, of course, when you have enough people who are showing interest and going up there with K2 meters and, different equipment and recorders, it's going to attract some sort of spirit or presence. That's just how, ghosts and spirits work, because it's going to be like, hey, somebody can hear me, see me. I'm going to go talk to people, or I'm going to go basically fuck with people, because I'd be like, hey, let's have some fun. So, and that's what they did. So I've seen a lot of videos where people are like, oh my God, it's this, is that, and this other. It's not. It's really not. There was only like one grave I felt uneasy around, and really only one strange thing that kind of happened, but it could have been, you know, I debunked that to perhaps I hit the camera. I don't know. Because the camera started going off and just snapping pictures. I could have hit it. Maybe I had it on multiple pictures. I don't know. So, and that was that. But, you know, really, I wanted to tell the real story of the Stamps family and their cemetery, and have people quit calling it the witches cemetery, because there aren't any witches there. So here we are, and these types of graves are actually called tent graves or comb graves. And why they did this was to keep out wild animals, or they had leftover dirt and they didn't want water, you know, to seep down into the graves, is why they did it. And you can see that some of them are cracked, like that one, and that's actually the grave of an infant. And so that's what that is. And you can see, I don't know if you can see this. You might be able to read it. It says infant of, let's see here, Stephen and Martha. And it says born and died June 19th, 1895. So, and on them are stars. That's the other thing people talk about, is these stars on here, on the babies and on the people, and they say, oh, that's a pentagram. Well, the thing is, a pentagram or anything, or pentacle is what they really mean, has a circle around it.
It also has 2 points up and not one.
And the thing is, that's not a pentacle. So that debunks the witches thing right there. What it could be, there's 2 theories, is that it's either a maker's mark, or, from the people that I've actually talked to, who are familiar with the Stamps family, is that they were Masons. So that debunks that right there. They were not a group of witches at all. Has nothing to do with witchcraft.
Look at this.
I'm being asked to look at something.
This star's set different than either what's inside a pentacle or the Mason star.
Let's take a look at
But
this
it's
stuff.
2 prongs up instead of 1.
I know. See if I can get a look here. But they're not what people think. It's not what people think. And also, leaving coins. People ask, why do they leave coins? Are they leaving coins for this or that? Now, coins actually date back, and it goes to leaving mementos, basically, and it's a long-held tradition. And in the Jewish culture, people leave stones, and in the Latin American culture, people leave candles. And from myth and like in the military, people do leave coins, and there's a whole language about that. And it's used to bring good luck and aid to the deceased. So really, what the coins are, It's just a sign of respect, and they last longer than flowers. So, you know what I mean? It's not used anything like people think. So where the witchcraft story came from is probably kids coming out here. They saw the star and they went, oh no, it's witches. And then that story just spread like wildfire everywhere. So, you know, about touching the thing and this demon or that demon will come out. That's not true. That it's untrue. So, just not true. It's bunk. But that's why I'm telling you all of these things of where these things started from. And we're gonna go up a little bit more. So, it is the night before Halloween, and where am I? At the Stamp Cemetery, which they call the Witches Cemetery, and they claim that it's haunted. So I'm going to get up a little bit further. I'm actually going to debunk the haunting of the Stamps Witches Cemetery. That's what I'm doing today. So stay tuned and I'll be back with you. Here's one you see with a lot of coin. A lot of coins on there, pennies. For mementos. I'm trying to go to the older one. You can see fleur-de-lis is also a sign of death. Actually, you see it scratched in. So I'm just trying to read some of these. This is a baby. So it has nothing to do with what people think. And here's some more with some coins on it. This is born and died 1909. So, and there's some modern or more modern ones. I know.
We got to figure out what happened in 1888 that they all died. Babies that were born in spring were dead by winter.
So
the same year.
So we do got to figure out, like my cruiser, what happens in 1888. That's something I will look up and I will add to this.
There's a whole section about everybody died in 1888.
So I'm just walking through.
At least the newborns, anyway.
Because something happened to the newborn. And here's Robert Bob Cunningham.
That one's 88. That one's 88.
And it says, "We will meet again."
All between.
And that's for the family. I love epitaphs.
In the fall.
Mine's going to be It's Time to Go. So in here, here's the stamps. To the memory of a son of John and Sarah Stamps, James L. Stamps, born March 3rd, 31st, 1881, died November 9th, 1881. And it's also in the comb style. Let's check this out. This is, I can't make this out, but this is 1870. but you can see that it is also in the comb style. This one's leaking. This is 1880. This person was 20 years old. In loving memory of. This is SW stamps, AE stamps. So, no, I'm not gonna lie. Now, this one does give me a little weird feeling. This particular grade. Does it mean they're witches? No, doesn't mean that at all. Now this one's actually covered in tributes. And this is Jimmy G stamps. So he was born in August 1879. And he died, I can't tell, I can't make it out. Looks like there's more than one here. Because there's like John somebody. So, but there's a lot of tribute coins on here. Here you can make out the, hopefully you can make out the star. To the memory of a son. 1881. Okay, we have got a flag. So I'm wondering if this person, I can't make it out, but I'm wondering if this person was a Civil War person. And like I said, a lot of times they do leave tribute for soldiers. It's a soldier thing. You'll actually see them in Arlington Cemetery a lot. Here's another one to the memory of Ray, born February 23rd, 1811. And it's Nancy Stamps, a wife of Sanford Stamps, and died August 30th, 1881, age 70, 6 months and 7 days. That's a pretty cool one. Here's Sanford, her husband. And he's age 84. But it's just cold and rainy. It just adds to the... Yeah, I heard you. To the creep factor. Now here's one. But I can't make out anything on this. And like I said, I don't have a mirror. You can see the quarters. A lot of these you can't make out. Here's one that has nothing left on it. Just sits itself. See if I can make anything out on this side. And I can't.
I have a question for you. Are you done recording for a second? Huh?
This is the Blessed Babe of somebody. But you can see here there's a lot of coins. Somebody's left a little figurine. It kind of reminds me of New Orleans in a way. You know, this one especially. And this is Magnolia. Magnolia White. She was, let's see here, January 26, 1921 to February 15th, 1921. So Miss Magnolia was a baby. She's a little baby. But that's what these all are. That's what these all are. So it's the Stamps family. And somebody in the crew asked, were they not related to one of my children's kindergarten teachers? And in fact, yes, they were. And that's how I actually know so much about this cemetery. So it has nothing to do with the stars or the coins or anything like that. And I'm just going to kind of give you a panoramic, real slow. Because people claim that in pictures they see stuff in the trees. Like, ooh, stuff in the trees. And you know what that is? That's actually called pixelating. Where people think they see things, and it's actually debunked as pixelation. So I'm just giving you a pan around. And especially on a foggy day, there was something going to be there. It's kind of like at night, you're going to see it. And people have said that their cell phones haven't worked. I mean, all kinds of crazy stories. But, you know, I'm not buying it. Sorry. I'm sorry, I'm not buying it. But you can even see like tombstones like this. And that's all it is. That's all it is. You know? But that's how I know as much as I know. I'm right here. So, that's how I know, guys. And that's why I am debunking this. This is not a witch's cemetery. Okay? Has nothing to do with witchcraft. Nothing. Absolutely nothing to do with witchcraft. So I wanted their story to be told that they were not, in fact, you can see some more just little rocks. Nothing, in fact, to do with witchcraft. See little rocks? Sometimes that's all people had for a marker. Was a rock. They might have scraped something in there, and I'll tell you what, I've tried to do that, and it's really hard to etch. And this is what we come to think of like as a classic tombstone. Pardon me. Yes, I say pardon me. Here's one with a, I don't know if you can see that, a crown. And this is E.E. Ann, and it's his wife, A.L. Lee. And it's, let's see here. Maybe y'all can make it out. Here's another one, and it has a star. And I'm gonna touch it. And I touched it, and nothing happened. Sorry. Now, I will tell you something weird that just happened. I shut my camera off. And like I said, it's not witches. The camera came back on. And it actually started snapping pictures of me. Like somebody. And I just want to thank y'all today for joining me. I hope you had a really great time out there. I know it was kind of cold and drizzly and foggy. And I was glad to share my umbrella with you. So it was something a little bit different than beauty, especially with it being Halloween. Well, this is Halloween, this is Halloween. Pumpkins scream in the dead of night. So I had a lot of fun with y'all today. Maybe we'll go on some more adventures. I love to go on an adventure. But if you could hit that like, that subscribe, and leave me a comment. And I will see you rockin' beauties later. So rock on. Have a happy and safe Halloween, and peace out.